40% of financial institutions globally say their key pain point and limitation within their current payments infrastructure is legacy systems. And this is really a barrier for them to be able to kind of keep pace and meet customer demand. Especially after COVID, there's a real push towards the digitalization of payments. And customers have very high expectations. They expect things now, they expect it to be seamless, they expect it to be intuitive, and most importantly, they expect to be kept safe. And so there's a real responsibility from the traditional banks who have that advantage of heritage and trust, but then also from the challenger banks and the up-and-coming FIs to make sure that their systems, which primarily are based off SaaS and APIs, enable that scalability, but also that ability to be able to deliver in terms of innovation. Payments modernization is the way forward, and it's what's expected of every financial institution if they wish to be competitive.
Yeah, and as I look at some of those figures that are in the report about payment modernisation, I saw one that jumped out to me around SaaS. And it said that 44% of financial institutions globally said that SaaS would help them in their operational efficiency and scalability. And I had to drill down in the report a little bit because, it's a number, it's 44%, it's a big number, but why? Why did respondents rate the importance of SaaS to them in this way? And as you look in the report, you'll see some of the details here, but let me give you a little bit of an insight. They talked about 5 or 6 factors that are central to a modern payments environment. They talked about accessing centralized visibility. In a real-time world, how can I control and monitor the flow of information, financial information through my system? They talk about being able to receive consolidated access to services. With so many endpoints to touch, SaaS provides a single unified interface. They talked about connectivity. And, as I connect to, how am I going to do that robustly? Because not only am I doing it in near real-time payments, I'm now doing it in real-time payments. I'm doing it in open banking. I've got a whole set of APIs to look at. So they're thinking about SaaS in the context of connectivity. And with so much information flowing around and so much data and so many connectivity points and insights, how do you leverage that ever growing levels of insight? And some of it's about visibility, of course it is. But you have to think further when you're thinking about SaaS about how will it help me in terms of achieving compliance? How will it help me in terms of fraud prevention? And in a world where there is so many dangers lurking on every virtual street, how does SaaS give us a better peace of mind, a better level of protection, a better level of security? And none of us want to stand still, do we? So how would SaaS help us scale, support growth, rather than stand firm? So I think as you look at this report, as you think about this subject, you've got to look at more than just the numbers. The numbers are an indication of an interest, but the report will provide you some insights into the why behind the numbers.